It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Evette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying, loads of fun.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies. Well,
hello there.
Hey, so I wanted to start with, Minneapolis holds a special place for entrepreneur and designer Houston White in our heart. It's where he got his start. So whether it's launching the Get Down Coffee Company or his Houston White for Target collection, Houston takes immense pride in giving back and inspiring those around him. Watch Houston discuss turning passion into reality and the importance of lifting the community up with Target's exciting new content series, Black Beyond. Now playing on YouTube. Look for it. YouTube.com/Target Black Beyond. Yeah, ladies. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? I mean, we've been traveling. We've been, looking at what's been going on in the news. Where do we start? I'll start with my travel if y'all want.
Tell us about your trip.
Tell us about
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. I gotta tell you guys, we gotta go. That's all I gotta say.
First of all, what cities did you go to in Costa Rica?
Well, I pretty much stayed in Samara. Samara is a very kind of unique town. It was like 2 hours from the airport. So I flew into Liberia, and a lot of folks fly into San Jose, but we went to Liberia and we went out to Samara, which is about 2 hours away from the actual airport. So quite a ride. It was rainy. This is considered the rainy season. There's a dry season, rainy season. So this is considered the off season. It's the rainy season. It has those, showers or rains like Texas where, it's kind of rain, periodically, but it has these thunderstorms at night and then beautiful during the day, here and there. So, but it was a beautiful place, but it was definitely serene. Kind of reminded me of Bali in a sense. The local people, just kind of there. We rented an Airbnb, a VRBO. I'll say we are a VRBO. It was a house in a casita. I think me and Yvette's done that before. And it was probably about 11 or 12 of us. And it was really, really great. We had a chef come in one day, but we were right next door to this place called The Hideaway, which was another kind of boutique hotel. That's where I want us to go the next time. It's 12 little boutique villas. It's very, very small, kind of reminded me of a little place in Bali. And there's a penthouse also. There's a penthouse, a 3-story penthouse also in there, but we ate there reasonable food. But I have to say, very relaxing. It was a relaxing time for us.
So what about activities? Because I've looked at your pictures, but what activities did you all do? What would you suggest for somebody to do if they're going to Costa Rica?
Okay, yeah, there are lots of activities. Again, it was the rainy season, so they're kayaking. They do a lot of sports fishing. They do a lot of water activities. Apparently, surfboarding is really big there. They have a lot of high tides and things like that. Of course, I wasn't getting on the surfboard. It's also we didn't really need to go anywhere, so we didn't do a lot. Hey, we were there for a 50+ birthday, and but we had every animal. We were in the jungle. There were monkeys jumping from tree to tree. We had iguanas. We had raccoons. We had horses. Everything was literally right there in our backyard. So not a lot of things. Zip line, you can do a lot of that. And a big thing there is the turtles. They lay their eggs, and they lay their eggs and they try to get back to shore. One of the, we talk about global warming and just climate control, and they are suffering with the water is getting too warm. So by the time the turtles are coming and laying their eggs or laying their eggs and trying to get back to the water, it's so hot. Some of them are dying. So definitely was something, you know, to hear about, you know, the turtles. But as far as activities, I think you can do pretty much anything there, and they really seek there. But apparently, if you look it up, the beach that we went to, Playa Carilla, it's like one of the best beaches in the world. So
okay,
yeah, and then literally we walked there. It took like 6 minutes.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So y'all didn't do any excursions or anything. What about the food? Like what are some popular dishes? Was the food good? What did y'all eat?
Yeah, so the food is really good. They eat a lot of the leche. Those are like all over the place. But when the chef came in and cooked, they do a lot of rice and beans. They do a lot of dishes with fruit. So the best fruit. So I have to say my favorites have been the fruit, the pineapples, the leche, the strawberries, the bananas. Those were delicious. Rice and beans. We did eat over probably more Americanized, a lot of things, pizza and burgers or something when we went over to the restaurant. But they cook whole. We did go to El Iguano restaurant. It's a steak and seafood, and they cook whole fish, and I had that. So they do the whole fish grill. Oh, it was delicious. So that was one of the big things, was seafood as well. Yeah.
And I've got one last question before I can say whether I want to go or not. What was the price like? Because I know most of these places that we've went to over the last few years, I can go to Mexico, I can get there faster, I can have better experiences, I can see more stuff. Like I can go to do anything there. So how would you compare the price there compared to us going to Mexico?
I would say probably the same. The money was I would say the money was similar to our money stretch in Bali.
Mm-hmm.
In Bali, so we were able to buy things, I would say, with our credit card better. I would just say that was more cost effective for us, similar to Cancun and Mexico, because they the conversion, you know, trying to convert, you know, 100,000 million, blah, 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 into USDA is US dollars is kind of different. But and I didn't buy a lot of their money, but it was pretty reasonable at the restaurant. But at the grocery store, because we did, you know, we were in a, you know, large house, and I think we all spent about $60 each just buying, you know, stuff to make taco night. You know, of course, so it was kind of expensive. So 60 US dollars. And that's us, you know, buying coffee, having some fruit, having some little pickup things. But each person, and think about it, it was 12 of us. We all said we pretty much all spent about $60 just to buy the things that we need. Shrimp was expensive. Shrimp was probably, I think I bought a bag of shrimp in the grocery store was similar to what we would have paid, maybe like $25 for one of those big bags of 41 to 50 shrimp, you know, the large. Wow. Yeah, which I thought was expensive.
And what about your round trip flight? What was on range? What was that?
So I'll have to say that once it got closer to the date, if you look, Southwest was just doing so many good deals. Like 3 days before, they were actually giving, you know, they were actually doing round trip tickets, depending on the day, not leaving on the time when we needed to be there, but it was ranging, you know, right around the $300 range. But when I purchased my tickets, it was around $600. And that was about 2 months ago. So 2 months prior. And which I thought was costly absolutely. Yeah, I thought that was costly to go to Costa Rica. But I think one of the other things was it was a time, you know, remember like early part of the summer when, you know, they were like gouging prices. And then I think because it's now the off season, I'm pretty sure that when I look, you can probably go to Costa Rica right now because it is the off season, probably for about $200, $300.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So what about transportation? Are there taxis around? Did you have to rent a car, shuttles?
Yeah, so what we did was with that VRBO, because they set up everything. So everyone left different days. Like some people left on Saturday, some people left on Sunday, some people left on Monday. And I have to say, you know, whatever the day it was, they charged a flat rate. Now they did charge, but they usually took care of the transportation. And what did happen is we went out to the restaurant, and they said, oh, well, you know, we're done at 5 o'clock. Well, it just got there like 3. So we're not going to be done. And we're like, how are we going to get back? Well, we were just able to call the management company for the house, and they sent out their personal person who came and picked us up and dropped us back. So anything in town, I would just say for the vacation home that we were at, they handled making sure that we were there. We didn't have to do anything, but there were they do taxi. They have a lot of taxis. They do have a version of an Uber, which was so funny because it was like the back of this man pickup truck, and I'm like, it's like 12 of us. Are we gonna like stand up in the back of the truck like, you know, you hauling cattle? But you know, because we didn't know how we were gonna get back, and then, you know, contacting the management company. But they were like, oh, we'll take you back. We'll take 2 trips. You know, and they, you know, they're going to charge like $10 or something for everybody. But yeah, no.
So Costa Rica might go on my list. It's not there yet, but it might go on there.
So you have to be ready for more of a rural experience, because it definitely. Don't bring your Louis Vuitton. I'm just gonna say you bring your Skechers.
You don't bring that anywhere. You don't bring that anywhere.
I would just say we were walking around, and I would have to say, you know, it's kind of hikey, so you want to make sure you guys comfortable shoes. Flip flops are pretty good, but a lot of hiking, a lot of, you know, again, like I said, we're like the jungle. So you definitely want to make sure that you got some protection on your feet, and lots of rocks, and they don't have a lot of, you know, good infrastructure. So, you know, you might step in a hole or something like this.
So Evette, you're going somewhere too. Tell us about your trip.
So tell us about your trip, Vet.
Well, I'm just taking a cruise. Gonna go over to Mexico, you know, our popular destination. We love Mexico.
Yes.
So
where are you leaving out of, Evette?
I'm gonna be leaving out of Galveston, which is convenient. You know, it's just 5-hour trip. I'm gonna be flying. Actually, I'm gonna fly to Houston, and then from Houston it's just about another hour drive to get to Galveston. So I'll be there, and we'll talk about that probably on our next podcast.
Alrighty, So you definitely be very, very careful. You know, they've been having I think we kind of going to talk about it probably in our next podcast about just things to keep in mind, etiquette, things to do. But I know that, you know, security wise, there were people that, you know, the warm water is bringing about all kind of vicious animals. So, you know, the bully shark. And they are out there. So be careful when you're snorkeling and, you know, scuba diving and all that good stuff.
But this may not be the best time to do that because too many people are getting hurt. So, I mean, for me, I'm staying out of that type of deep water.
Yeah. So anything you plan specifically there? Is it more like relaxation or any planned excursions?
Just gonna be going over to the beaches, you know, just going over to the beach, you know, no really big, you know, excursions or anything like that. There's going to be 2 stops, one in Cozumel, one in Progreso, and just gonna, I think we've paid for to go over to a particular beach club and hang out for a day, and then the other stop, we just gonna, you know, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
What about the price? What was
that was going to be my question.
How many days and nights are you staying? What can people expect?
It's a 5-day cruise, and I booked it back in like May, somewhere around there, and I just hurried up and booked it because it was very, very inexpensive. The rate was like really, really low, and so I'm actually going with my daughters, myself and my 2 daughters. And we got it for a steal.
Wow.
Really. There's been a lot of changes since then as far as cruises are concerned, as far as being vaccinated, not being vaccinated.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had a lot of stipulations, and they have eased up on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. I would say the same thing about Costa Rica. You know, that was probably the first time, you know, in so long that no one asked for a vaccination card. There was no requirements around being having a negative screening. Actually, no one ever even asked us anything the whole time while we were there about, you know, our status. So it was interesting.
Okay. All right.
Well, ladies, it seems like we've had a good conversation. Tina,
Yes.
Maybe paying our trip to Costa Rica. Let us know where we're going.
I will plan. I will definitely plan it because I think I got a good idea. I want to throw past you once, you know, we have our meeting.
And Evette, it looks like we're back in the cruise business too. That's big.
Yeah, let us know. We may want to go on a cruise too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I'm Jeanette.
I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride in being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
Y'all know how important helping the community is to me, and let's be honest, our communities need us right now. All of us. People are always asking me, Shaletta, how can I make a difference? Well, I have the answer. Xcel Energy is putting on its annual day of service, and you can take part. It's happening Thursday, September 8th through Sunday, September 11th. There will be nearly 80 nonprofit projects where you can volunteer to pack meals for folks in need, put together school supply kits, and more. Join thousands of your neighbors along with Xcel Energy employees. You can even get your kids involved. It's a meaningful opportunity for your entire family to make a difference. To learn more about Xcel Energy's Day of Service project, go to their website at www.xcelenergy.com/DOSinfo. Do your part to give back to the places where we all live and work.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, go to left, fake them out. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.